What's going on? We are back home. As you can see, Australia was a successful trip. We do have recap videos coming out, but we had to go ahead and move this video ahead of other videos. We've been good about scheduling, trying to get more content for y'all. Y'all have been killing it on the channel. You've been throwing the likes, throwing the comments, and I can't thank y'all enough. We're on the road to 100,000 followers. But this video here, we're just gonna go ahead and jump into it. The season 6 Street Outlaw No Prep Kings rules were dropped. They were sent out to us, and we are going to be talking about it today. We got Dad out here, just fired up the smoker. As you can see, it's getting nice and hot. He's gonna be cooking food all day today. I'm gonna be heading over to Cameron's shop because I got work to do on prenup. Uncle Mike's gonna be with me. Slinky's gonna be with me, knocking that stuff out. But like I said, we have videos scheduled coming out, but we needed to get this video out before anybody else did. So we're gonna go ahead and take the time today, read through the rules, let y'all know what we think about the rules, what's good, what's bad, and get ready for season 6 of Street Outlaw No Prep Kings. They don't have that in Australia.
Man, I've been cooking since I've been home. Well, I fired the grill up. I cooked. We got home Tuesday. I cooked Wednesday. What'd I cook?
Ribs.
Oh yeah. So I made that rib. Yeah, I made ribs. I made that ribs dinner, and then
it was ribs, baked beans, and asparagus.
And then yesterday I made pork chops, smoked mac and cheese, and baked beans. And then today I'm making pulled pork. I'm gonna make pulled pork sandwiches and pulled pork tacos today. And then tomorrow I'm cooking me a steak dinner. Trying not to be
all on this?
Yeah, trying not, well, not a steak. I'll sear it on my grill, but with some baked potatoes in that. But I'm trying not to be going out and eating because I've ate out in so many restaurants and I'm tired of that shitty ass food. So went and got me a pork butt this morning. I should have went and done it last night, ran this thing last night, because it's gonna take a while. It'll take about 8 hours, but it is what it is.
So when you gonna open it up?
Grill's getting up to 300 right now. Fixing to put her in.
This is your new smoker?
Yeah.
Gotta push that back in.
This is the one I want to take on in the race trailer. See, the other smoker is, so it's probably right here, and if you put the tray on, it's the same length. The reason why I want this one is because we cook a lot of food at the track, and I have so much more cooking capacity.
So you want to take this for NPK?
Yeah, I would. It takes a little more fuel to run it. When I mean fuel, the pellets. It takes a little bit more to run this grill because it's bigger, but it'll. I can just
you can cook some shit on here.
I can throw fucking 6-7 racks of ribs, fucking pork butt, fucking goddamn. I can run all night of brisket. I mean, the other one does good, but it just doesn't have the cooking capacity. It doesn't have the square foot that this grill does. So
you
I
don't
can
have
take
to do
the
no
other
more
one
with
out.
this
I can
deal?
take the one out of the race rig and leave here, huh?
You ain't gotta do no more with this
Nah, she's done.
until later on.
I'll come back to see that guy. Well, to let the bark set, I mean, I'll spray it. I'll spritz it about every hour after it's been running for about 2 hours. So I'll spritz it the second hour, the third hour, the fourth hour, keep it moist, and then about 4 hours in, I'll check it, and then I'll wrap it. Then I'll put it back in and go again, and run it for another 3 or 4 hours. About 160, 165. Usually the bark is set, and then 203, 205 is done. So it takes a little time to do it, but it'll be well worth it when it's done.
All right, well, so you ain't got to come back out here for a while.
All
right, so we're going to go inside today because this video we're going to talk about NPK rules. They just got dropped.
Yeah. Well, come look at my other grill. See,
we don't care about your smokers.
I got a bad boy smoker over here.
We're trying to talk about rules. We're getting ready for race season.
That's a fucking man smoker right there. That bitch is a bad motherfucker right there.
We're trying to get ready for rules.
I got another smoker over there. I got another smoker in the trailer. I got my smoke wood. I'm a little bit well, another thing is too, so right before we went to Australia, I hadn't cooked on, how long, it's been a long time since I cooked on a smoker. Like since race season. since, and I don't really cook there no more. Tony cooks everything on the smoker now. I mean, I got Tony trained. He knows how to cook now, so I don't really cook that much. But I've been cooking in the house, like cooking soups and all kinds of shit. I hadn't run a smoker, so when I got home and I had the smoker before we left, I hadn't ran a smoker in a long time, so I'm trying to brush my skills up.
Oh, it's even got a little strap. We can strap straight to the
Oh, dude, it's got hook, it's got big hooks in the center.
So that'll work out better.
Look at that one right there. You got tie down hooks right there, and up in the frame, it's got big C's. You can cross strap it. Oh, you can strap this guy down.
All right, we'll figure it out. All right, let's go start talking about these rules. Slate, come over here real quick. Go ahead and let them know that we got the NPK No Prep Kings rules 2023. So we are going to be reading it straight from there. Y'all are so fat.
Shut up for a second.
All right, anyways, guys, we're gonna jump in this video. We've been talking a lot here lately. It's too much. We got like 9 minutes of useless footage right now, talking about smokers and grills.
I bet you could smoke watermelon on that motherfucker.
Talking about man shit.
Could you smoke water?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wonder what it tastes like. You ever had cooked ice cream?
I made that
Deep fried.
I made that smoked mac and cheese yesterday. That shit was
That
good.
shit was all good. All right, so I think we just dive right into it, Mike, because everybody's been asking. Nobody's talked about the rules.
Right.
I say we just go ahead and start talking about
That
it.
bitch on point.
Should we just start off with the weights, or did everybody want to know, did Ryan Martin get penalized this year?
Well, I've already made the decision that, you know, while I was in Australia, I got a bunch of Ryan Martin t-shirts.
For what?
Because every day that I'm around you, at the track and stuff, I'm gonna be wearing a Ryan Martin t-shirt.
Damn. Switch hitter.
I'm a Ryan Martin
The
fan, so
No, it's not that I'm a fan,
I'm a fan.
it's to drive you to do better.
I don't drive.
It's going to.
I personally think, and I just kind of skimmed over the rules, but I think the rules are pretty fair. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the way that they made the rules, and the weights they added and the weights they took away. I mean, I don't know that the tire deal is gonna change a whole lot. That's the only thing that I think that they made a change on, because the thing is, the tire's gonna slow everybody down. Now, what I will say about the tire is, so the guys that didn't run a 36, so whatever they were running on 34.5, they're gonna stay the same. The guys that are on 36 probably gonna slow down by 2 numbers, but I still think the cream will always rise to the
All right,
top.
so we're gonna start off with the tire then.
And fast is gonna be fast.
He just said.
That's good.
What?
We're gonna start off with the tire.
I mean, that's the only rule that I see that they changed, that I think they're trying to slow the class up, but the guys that run up front are gonna figure it out, and they're just gonna run up front with that tire. So now the guys that used to be able to get a 50-pound weight break,
they don't get that.
they don't get that no more.
So they've taken away. So that's one major rule that they changed, guys, is they have taken away the 36-inch tire. Everybody has to run on a 34.5. That also means that Mickey Thompson 35-inch Big Bubba is
Gone.
no longer allowed.
So now the guys that couldn't run the
34.5.
Hoosier because they couldn't figure it out, and now they ran the Mickey. Well, they better get to work. They got to figure out how to run that Hoosier now.
So,
and that Hoosier does like to shake. So that's why a lot of those guys run that Mickey Thompson, because it's got a stiffer side.
they can drive through a lot of tire shake. Yeah. So that is one major rule that they changed, is the tire. You're not allowed a 36 no more. You have to run a 34.5 or smaller. You do get 100 pounds off if you run a 33 10.5.
Yeah, but you can't run that tire. It's not even close for a 100-pound weight break.
So that still is that. But for the most part, the rules stayed the same, as in how everything is. You're only allowed a plus or minus 3-inch wheelbase. Basically what that means is whatever the stock wheelbase is, like my car, the Lexus, the stock wheelbase is 108 inches. So we are allowed to extend the car to 111, or we can take it down to 105. You would never take it to 105. You would always want the extended version of it. But that's where that rule comes in for plus or minus 3 inches. You are also only allowed a 47-inch overhang from the center of the spindle. That's where you see a lot of the pecker extenders on the front of the cars that helps them trip the beams at the other end. But you have to pull measurement from the center of your spindle, from the far, because every car has a stagger in it. So from the far side of the car, you have to measure from the center of spindle out 47 inches. That's why you see some extenders are longer than others based on their front ends on the car. Like Daddy Dave and them with the Chevy 2, that's a very small bumper front bumper of a car. That's why the extenders are a lot farther on that deal.
Also, the screw ended up, I believe, got 25
Hey man,
pounds.
we ain't even talked about that yet.
What you talking about?
No shit, we trying to go through it. You trying to jump around.
I see what you're saying.
See, this is what I deal with.
Man, fuck you. Don't
Yeah.
know.
I'm saying. I'm going through and reading.
Oh, well, you're looking at rules. I'm not. See, I haven't really looked
You
at
ain't got to see them yet.
Okay.
I'm gonna read them to you, and you tell me if you think it's good, bad, or in between.
Okay.
So you think every car that's built before 1979 should get a 25-pound weight penalty or weight break? I'm sorry.
So I don't think so, but that's just kind of what the
That is a rule that they added this year.
That's kind of what the standard has been, and they're just following protocol. So it is what it is. 25 pounds is one number. Who cares?
So any car that is manufactured before the year of 1979 gets to take a 25-pound weight break. So your 1969 Camaros, your 68, 67 fastbacks. So everybody that has a newer style car, me, Ryan Martin, Kai, all that, Daddy Dave, his new Audi that he just came out with, we kind of got hosed on that deal. But like I said, it is what it is.
I mean, I think if you're going to get beat by 100, then you just need to work on your program.
You deserve to get beat.
If you constantly get beat by 100, then you need to work on your program, because 100 ain't going to make you or break you.
All right, well, let's go ahead and just dive into the weight rules. This is going to be pretty good. We're going to start off with, we're going to tell y'all what the rules were last year. So your 4 combinations that were pretty dominant in the class were big block nitrous, twin turbo, pro charger, and screw bar. That was your 4, I feel, dominant power outers in the class. So last year, the nitrous cars had to weigh 2,550 pounds. That was their base weight. A pro charger had to weigh 2,850 pounds base weight. A screw blower had to weigh 2,800, and a twin turbo had to weigh, I want to say it was 2,900. It may have been 2,950, but I don't run that.
But
gauge.
didn't they get 50 pounds off? They ran the 34.5.
Last year, if anybody ran a 34.5, you got to take a 50-pound weight penalty. But say I'm just talking about the guys that were up in points, up running up front. We all ran a 36-inch tire. So you had 2,550 for nitrous, you had 2,850 for pro charger, you had 2,800 for screw blower, and you had we're just going to say 2,900 for a twin turbo setup. So moving on from that, here is what the new weights are, the new rules. A nitrous car, say Lizzie Musey, what Kai had, David Gates and them, their base weight is now 2,500 pounds. So they got 50 pounds taken off going into this year. There's a lot of other rules that's going to play in where they get to deduct weight and they got to add weight. So we'll get into that here in a minute. But just the base weight is 2,500 pounds. A pro charger setup for a 140, 140-1, like what Ryan, Scott Taylor, them guys are running, base weight is 2,850 pounds. So
that's what they were last year.
That's what they were last year. Base weight was 2,850 pounds. Moving on to the screw blower, what I run, Jim Howe, John Odom, all that. Brandon James, them guys. A screw blower, last year we got the weight, base weight was 2,800 at 98% overdrive. They have now taken us down to 92% overdrive, and our base weight is 2,825. So we had to add 25 pounds and take away the overdrive. And basically, when we take away the overdrive, you're just not going to make as much boost, and it should slow it down.
I think we'll lose about 2 pounds of boost with the overdrive.
And theoretically, it should slow the class down.
It is.
They also got rid of...
It's going to slow the screw.
It's going to slow the screw combo down. They also got rid of the 144 Pro Charger, the big Pro Charger that Ryan was slumping all the baby seals with.
Some of them got to run. I mean, they claimed that it didn't run them faster, but either way, that's the right thing to do. You can't let a new power adder in there at the same weight and not let it catch no weight and go out there and just fucking kill everybody. So there's a lot of sanctions that doesn't allow that 144. So I'm pretty sure
it's gone now. So the only thing you can do up to now is a 140-1. That's what you're allowed to run. So basically, like I said, we have to add 25 pounds. Pro Charger stayed at the same weight. Nitrous got 50 pounds off. Going into a twin turbo, basically like Robin Roberts runs. Jeff Lutz runs a twin turbo deal, but he runs a conventional headed big block. He does have a new combo. Supposedly he's going to be coming out with this year. I don't know much about it, but just go off of like Robin Roberts. He was a pretty heavy hitter last year. His twin turbo up to a 94 millimeter now gets to weigh 2825. Last year it was 2,900 pounds, so he got a 75 pound weight break going into this year. I think he's already changed his combo over and has moved on to Pro Charger and stuff. So I don't know if he's going to be running the twin turbo setup, but like Mike Murillo, Callie Mills was running a twin turbo deal. If they wanted to come back with a twin turbo, they actually get to take 75 pounds off this year. But those are just base weights, what everybody starts out with at that combo. That watermelon was on point, I ain't gonna lie. You didn't even eat your whole way. That is a disgrace to that watermelon.
It's a good thing that I bought that and cut it up, right?
Yeah, I'm happy you did.
Me too.
You can make up for all the golf cart duties. Damn.
You can go there with the golf cart.
You said it, not me.
Oh, boy.
Dad, Mike gave Dad a golf cart champion of Australia.
I ride the golf cart, man.
Where's Dad at? On the golf cart. What's he done? Getting a slushie.
The golf cart master.
Golf cart master. So, all right, now y'all know all the base weights. Pretty simple deal. I think the base weights are pretty equal. I think throughout all the combos, seeing other sanctioned events, what people ran last year, I think if they were just to leave the weights how they are right there, I feel like the combos would run somewhere close together. Nobody's just going to jump out there and just be that much faster. One thing that they did change this year, one thing with NPK, usually how it is basically what the rules start out with at the beginning of the year, they run the whole year like that. In this rule package now, it does say in here that every 3 races there'll be a
rule adjustment.
Rule adjustment.
If it needs to be.
If it needs to be. If someone's just out there just boom.
And see how that works too is
because everybody looks for the gray areas.
Here's the thing, and I'll tell you how that works. Everybody says, well, keep it in check, don't fuck yourself. But in NBK, you can't do that because you don't know what you're running.
You don't know what you're running,
and you're trying to win $40,000. See,
if they had the scoreboards on, a lot of people ask, why don't they run the scoreboards? Because then people could sandbag. If say you got a combo that runs 370 flat, 373, you can slow it down to run 380. You can run that 373 whenever you want to. You can slow it to 380 and just say you can do that.
So when you're running for when you're running for 40 grand, you're gonna let it hang out to win that money. So the guys in the tower sees those numbers. So if a car jumps out there and it's 3-4 numbers faster than the rest of the field for over 3 races, and they see that same combo, and it doesn't matter if it's only Ryan Martin's or if it's only Jim Howe or Justin, doesn't matter. That will penalize that combo across the board. So they'll look at it in the tower, and if they see it out there on the 4th race, they're going to get weight put on them. That's what's going to happen. So there's no way to sandbag. Like if we're going to get ready to run Ryan Martin and we're in the finals, we're not going to try and just run whatever number we think. We're going to try and run it as hard as we can to win that $40,000. That's the good thing.
This year it's
50. But I'm saying that's the good thing is for that kind of change, you're not sandbagging. You're going to run all out. So, and the guys in the tower sees that. And I'm sure that's how the rules got based this year. They saw the numbers and they went through and adjusted them accordingly.
So, like I said earlier, we're going to get down to now there's adding and subtracting from base weights. And they didn't do this last year. Only on certain stuff. Like if you ran a lockup, you had to add 100 pounds. If you ran the 34.5, like Dad said, you got to take 50 pounds off. Well, now that the 34.5 is the mandatory tire now, that there's no 50-pound weight break for that no more. But basically, we're going to go down here. I already said vehicles from 1979 or before, they get to deduct 25 pounds. So automatically off rip, Lizzie Musey, let's use her for an example. She has a 1969 Camaro. Her base weight's 2,500 pounds. She now gets to weigh 2475 just because she has a car that's before 1979. Monza's new car, he'll get to take 25 pounds off. Who else is
Bird Brothers.
Bird Brothers, they're coming out with a Mustang, and they'll get to take 25 pounds off. So there's 2 nitrous combos there that will get to weigh 25 pounds lighter than the other nitrous combos. David Gates, David Gates bought Kai's old car. That is a 2000, I think 16 or 2015 model. He doesn't get to take 25-pound penalty. So
that's a 12.
It,
like a 12 model, yeah.
Okay, so
that's the kind of car you used to have. Remember?
Yeah, fifth gen. So so David has to run at 2,500 pounds, where Lizzie and Jerry Bird and them, same combination, same everything, they get to run 25 pounds lighter. So that's a rule there. I don't necessarily agree with it, but if they're trying to get it to where they want older style cars in the class, that's understandable.
Well, what that does kind of screw though is the guys that already built a newer style car, they already invested in it, and now they're getting penalized for building a newer style car. That's really the reality. But like I said, 25 pounds, it's 100th, it's one number. It's just not going to make enough of a difference to worry about it. It's in there. So the people that have the older car is going to complain. They're going to say, our car is not as aerodynamic. It don't go through there. So now they got 25 pounds, they can shut the fuck up.
Yeah, like Dad said, now they got 25 pounds, now they can't say nothing. But aerodynamic don't mean shit in the 8th mile. If we're running quarter mile, it'd be a lot different.
It'd probably show up in the quarter, but it ain't got
in the 8th mile, it doesn't matter what car you got. Yeah. So let's go ahead and roll into this. This is a rule that they are making sure that happens this year. Any supercharged or turbocharged combination with a lockup converter or transmission of a lockup style bell housing must add 50 pounds. Any combination with a lockup converter or transmission running a non-lockup bell housing may deduct 50 pounds. So everybody that runs a non-lockup, like we do, Ryan, a lot of the other guys running, they get to take 50 pounds off of their base weight. So that 2850 that Ryan's at, and there's a lot of people that run the same combo, but I'm just using Ryan so you understand. Now he's at 2,800 pounds.
So he's 50 pounds lighter than last year.
He's 50 pounds lighter than last year. My 2825 non-lockup now gets to weigh 2775,
which is
I'm 25 pounds lighter than last year. But I got to take away gear drive, so we'll see how that plays out. This rule does not apply to the nitrous combos. I think that's another gray area. There's a lot of combos out there, 5-inch motors, big dog shootout and stuff that run plenty fast without a lockup setup in their car. But that's just how the rules are, so it is what it is. We're going to go ahead and run into that. Cubic inch claims may be verified by a P&G method. If P&G method fails to verify the cubic inch claim, the head may be removed, the engine displacement verified by bore and stroke of a measurement. Reason why I say that, because there is cubic inch rules this year. This is something that they did not do last year. Basically, like I said, just a quick update. Ryan Martin is now at 2,800 pounds. Screwblower, me, Jim Howe, we're at 2,775. Lizzie Busey and everybody is at 2,500 unless you got an older car, so they're getting to be 2,475. And the guys that run a twin turbo, they are, say, 2825. They get to weigh 2775 with a twin turbo. Goddamn, they're gonna be fast if they get down that weight. I'm just saying that. But anyway, we're going to roll into the cubic inch rule. Any billet boosted engines 527 to 566 cubic inch must add 25 pounds. Any combos 567 to 585 must add 50 pounds. So you're not allowed to have over a 585 cubic inch with a boosted application. So basically now, Ryan, because he runs a bigger motor, he runs a 564, I believe, he has to add 25 pounds. So he was down to 2,800, now he's going to be racing at 2,825. That ends him out. He has to race at 2,825 unless he was to go in, change the strokes, change all that to be able to make it a smaller engine. But I doubt he's going to go through all that. So Ryan will be racing this year at 2,825 pounds. My motor, if I was running a bigger motor, I would have to take that same thing too. But my Noonan piece that we got this year is a 521 cubic inch. So my base weight this year, with the deduction of a non-lockup, will be 2775 at 92% overdrive. So we will, that's what we're going to start testing with, and we're going to get ready moving forward. Same thing with Jim Howe, John Odom, all them. There is a transmission rule this year. Last year, anything was allowed, 5-speed, 7-speed, 6-speed, anything you wanted it to do. Any transmission that's running more than 3 forward-facing gears, so 4 or 5 speeds, has to add 25 pounds to their combo. If you run a 6 or 7 speed, you have to add 50 pounds to your combo. So if we just take, say when I was running the Liberty, or I'm not running the Liberty now, Jim Howell's still running his Liberty. He was 2775 plus 25 pounds. He is base weight at 2,800 pounds. So you'll have me at 2775, him at 2,800.
Which essentially is what he weighed last year.
What he weighed last year, and he ran fast. He did well, especially at the end of the season. He put stuff together and was able to make things happen, and he was getting faster. But so 2775, he's 2,800. Ryan's combo, Pro Charger combo is 2,825. Let's roll over here to that kind of adds up for the cubic inch deal, so there's nothing more to that.
And just so everybody knows, what happens is they make a P&G gauge. You can probably look it up on the internet, but they stick it in the spark plug hole and they pump the motor, and it'll tell them the cubic inch within 1 cubic inch of what cubic inch that motor is. It'll tell them what the cubic inch of that cylinder of that hole is, and then they're going to multiply that times 8. So they will know if you're running a 570 inch motor. They're going to know. There's no two ways about it. If Pat runs a 980 inch motor, which is not allowed no more.
Yep,
you haven't covered that.
We're about to get into that in a minute.
But so they're going to know. That's the thing. You won't be able to get away with it. And supposedly, didn't you say they were going to pull 6 motors a race or something and pump 6 motors? So hopefully the tech will be good. Keep everybody on the straight and narrow, and keep everybody on a fair playing field. And I like that a lot. I like the fact that they're going to check fuel. I like the fact that they're going to pump motors. I mean, just keeps anybody from cheating. If you got to cheat to win, then you don't deserve to win.
A boosted application, the max cubic inch, we said earlier, you're only allowed up to 585 cubic inches. A big block nitrous combination is only allowed up to 965. So there's a few of those motors out there that is big cubic inches, 972, 985, 1,000 cubic inch, they're not allowed. So they will have to go in, either change the bore, change the stroke, get it back down to a 959.
And I'll tell you why that is real quick. The reason B is you can't take, when rules really were based around 959, that's where they're at, and start adding crankshaft and the car go faster, and you don't get a penalty for that. Because if that's the case, that's the reason why you can't just add a 144 blower in there and it makes another 100 horsepower and the car go faster, and you don't keep parity that way. I mean, that's the simple reason why they took the 98% overdrive, took it down to 92%, because they're pulling that combo back. So that's why they're doing that. I mean, they could have took it up to 1,000 cubic inch to just make them take weight for it, but I guess they're just going, most of the sanctions don't allow anything over 960 cubic inches, period. So,
and they give them a 5 cubic inch grace period, so 965. But yeah, it says right here, 6 cars, any random 6 cars will be pulled per event that will be either P&G tech checked at any given time. You have to be able to supply your car to them, and they're going to go through and they're going to check the whole car. And that's going to be a good thing going on this year. That means that, and you may just be a random person that gets pulled to be able to do it. And you just have to prove that you are within the rules to be able to keep racing.
Within the spirit of the rules.
Yeah, so, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. People should be able to just say, hey, this is what combo I got, and it is what it is. We already went over the tire size. Maximum tire diameter this year is a 34.5. Rims cannot be larger than a 16 by 20 inch wide. Tire size must be labeled properly and within standard measurement of that size.
I'll tell you, the tire is going to be a little bit interesting. I think the crews that are just fast and that will figure it out, and I think some of them that are not up to par as much as the other teams are, they will go to that other tire and they'll struggle. I do. I mean, I don't think we'll struggle. I think we'll figure it out, but I think some of them will. Some of those boosted applications will struggle with that 34.5, without a doubt.
I think the turbo guys will a little bit. So,
I mean, Lutz has always run a 34.5, so they've got it figured out.
That bitch is all.
And he runs fast down low and runs fast out the back.
That's that borderline semi-pro mod. I don't know.
Pro stock
car, whatever that thing is. I don't know. Jeff, he got it. It passes tech, I reckon.
But that's pretty much it. I know a lot of people have been talking about it. Nobody's actually really came out and did the rules yet. And like I said, it's public deal now. That's what we're running this year. Me moving forward, I am running a 4.9 Noonan. I spoke with Proline. I ran Proline the last 2 years. I just told him that I talked it over with Eric Dillard. He's the owner of Proline, and I felt like moving forward, that staying with this combo and all that, I felt like this was the better decision at the time.
And Noonan focuses on the screw blower application.
Yes.
That's different. Proline is a phenomenal pro charger. There's until someone can prove me different, I don't see any motor out there outrunning that Proline pro charger. And you know, we were running a Proline screw, and there's a couple of them out there. It's still a little bit behind. You know, they're going to need some more R&D on that guy. So the Noonan motor is right in line of what that screw likes and what it's going to run good with.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know what the roots blower weighed last year. I want to say they were 20. They were?
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like a roots blower this year is 20.
Same
Well, it's 2,600, but you get to take 50 pounds for the non-lockup. So now you're 2550. And then if
anybody comes in there with
you have an older style car like Cal, 25, 25.
Anybody comes in there can get the weight and has got a fucking killer roots, man. That thing. But at the end of the day, they're gonna watch it every 3 races. So if he jumps out there, they're gonna club him in the head. So kind of is what it is.
They're gonna keep parity, and it's gonna make racing a lot tighter this year.
I really believe, you know, I think Ryan always runs good. He's consistent. He makes the least amount of mistakes. But I think last year with that Friday night deal, grabbing those points, it kind of really, Ryan capitalized on that so much, and it really did.
Well, and then he capitalized on 6 races or 5 or 6 races because he got that new blower and nobody else could get it.
So I think this year though, and I know everybody said it and I've said it too, but I really believe this year, man, it's going to be a different animal. It's good. I mean, if Ryan wins it this year, he'll prove that he is the fucking GOAT, in my opinion. He is the GOAT of no kings. If he can fucking pull it off this year, as tight as everything's going to be, and I know there's several fucking several teams that are just going to be fast, man. So I believe it's going to be a fucking dogfight, if you know the truth. I think this is going to be the most competitive year of NPK yet. Another thing too, like you didn't discuss, you know, I've seen several racers, which I'm a little disappointed about that they put on the internet saying that everybody's crying about the rules. I myself haven't seen nobody complain about the rules. I don't know who they're talking about or who they're saying is complaining about the rules, but I mean, I don't, as far as I know, unless you guys have seen anything, I haven't heard nobody complain about the rules. No. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, the rules are as close as they could ever be. I mean, you just got to race within the spirit of the rules and do the best you can with what you got. I mean, that's really the truth about it.
It all boils down to, just like every year with, like we've talked about amongst us, got to get out there and test. You got to work your shit.
Yeah.
You gotta put the effort into being a front runner.
That's where I think Ryan has really surpassed a lot of people. He's tested a lot. He's got a good program with Javi, and I think they have another guy on their team now. And then of course he's got fucking a world championship tuner behind him, which is Steve Petty. Steve, I've said it a million times, dude. He's very hard to beat. He's very strategic. If he makes it past 2 rounds and he's going to that 3rd or 4th round,
he's going
to be fucking hard to beat when you face him in that 5th round. I mean, if you're going to take Ryan out, you got to take him out in early rounds, because after that, Steve's going to get better and better on each pass, and he's hard to beat. He's a hard tuner to beat. That's why he's had so many cars that's won championships. He's won NHRA championship, PDRI championship, Pro Mod Out West championship. I mean, he's won with everything that he touches. So when you have a guy like that, man, it's hard to beat that guy.
Yeah, Ryan just gets in the car. Ryan just gets in the car and drives.
And Ryan does a good job driving, man. He's a good driver. You know, he does his job up there. He fucking, and I've seen the car be loose, and Ryan fucking wings it through there. I mean, you can't take nothing away from Ryan. Ryan's a fucking good driver, man. Well, a lot of people, I see some people on there that says he's not that good a driver. Dude, I've watched that guy wheel it down through there. He's a fucking good driver. Yep. Simple as that. And that's another reason why he's consistent up there on the tree. I see people say, oh, Ryan sleeps on the tree. I don't see him sleep on the tree. I mean, I've seen him with Justin lead side by side. I've seen him lead before Justin. You know, Ryan's a fucking good fucking racer, man. You're going to have to get up early in the morning to outrun him. That's all there is to it. And he's going to spend the money on whatever he needs to spend it on to run up front.
Yep.
Now that is a little bit different. I think Ryan's budget's a little bit bigger than a lot of those teams out there. But hey, man, everybody got the same 24 hours in a day. Ryan's got the money to spend on his program. He's going to do it, and that's what it takes to run up front. I mean, we've raced with a lot of racers like that. You know, you can't be mad if they got the money to buy the parts and spend the money on the program. I mean, you just got to figure your shit out. What is that?
So I spend endless money too.
Well, you didn't work on your driving skills a little bit.
That's what
You need to not worry about what the tuner does, because Ryan's not worried about what his tuner does.
That's right. See, Ryan says whatever Steve tells him, he does it. It doesn't matter. Even if he don't like it, don't agree with it,
That's
he
what
does
we're
it.
gonna do this year.
But see, I can't do that with you
There ain't
because
gonna be all that
here's what
right.
happens with me. I'm ready. I got my tune up and ready to go, and then I get somebody comes back here and gets in my ear, and then I go change it. And it shouldn't be that way.
No.
But it's his program, and he pays for it.
I understand.
So I'm okay with it. I really don't care. I just say, okay, no problem.
And then you get yelled at because you fucked it up anyway.
Well, I'm faulty to that because they proved that in Australia. Right?
Yeah,
And then I let him
exactly.
do his own thing, and he got everything under control, which is fine too. I think this year.
The
this
problem
year,
is though, you sometimes might, it takes a couple runs, you might stub your toe, but
For
you
sure.
might be onto something. You can't just continue. My thing is,
Look.
you can't keep running that same number
Look,
because
this-
everybody else isn't going to run that number.
I think this year, and that's why I plan on. I'm hiring a couple guys, getting forward. I'm going to go test with him. I think this year, if we can, and we were consistent last year. We placed third. We won a lot of races, but there was a lot of times that we left it on the table when we didn't capitalize.
But so didn't everybody else.
I get it, but I'm just saying. I'm talking about. I don't care about nobody else. I'm just talking about our combo, our program.
What
There
you
was
gotta,
just a
what
lot
you
of
gotta
stuff that
remember
we
though,
got.
take away, you was in fourth spot when you got wrecked. Fell all the way back to whatever, 12, 13, 14, whatever. And we struggled for 2 or 3. Then you changed combos. Take that away,
No, I agree.
we might have been better than the
Hey,
third place car.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that
This motherfucker
on my
switches
end-
combos the 5th race in. Now we start all over again.
I'll spend too much money, man.
Well,
Get on my head.
I'm
talking about.
And I'll tell you where his thought process was. Because he was going to run a screw at the beginning of the year, but didn't have all the parts. Well, so the blowers kept tearing up, and so now we're junk. Now we got wrecked. We fell out back. He's like, fuck it, man. Let's figure the blower out now. Let's get it. We're going to fuck it. Our season's junk anyway. Let's put the screw blower on so we'll be ahead. And I truly believe, though, it was the best thing that he did, best decision he could have made, because I believe rolling this year, we won't be starting with a new combo. We already know the combo. Now we're going to be that much better this year, without a doubt.
For sure, but I'll give you both prompts, because when we were out in Australia, we struggled in the beginning. We all kept working together.
You know how
trying
far
to
that
figure
is right
out-
there?
Huh?
You know how far that is right there? That's about from 5 feet away from you sucking my dick, motherfucker.
But
We did that this year,
And then
we
when
just
we
need
finally-
to be. We need to be a little bit more consistent.
Well-
We need to be more aggressive.
we need to be more.
That's the way I like to roll.
Well,
We need to not
See,
play. You need to not play defense. You need to be on offense and run
Look,
fucking
and
hard.
I agree with that, but
Hold on.
only to a certain extent.
Hold on though. In the beginning,
We be
rounds-
facing a fucking car that
Hold on.
runs 3/10 slower. They're like, hey man, I gotta get ready for Ryan and round 4.
But here's the problem. You're gonna need to know if that car will make the trip.
So
or
here's
not.
what he'll do to me. He'll want to play safe and just go run this run. Now the next run, he's got Kai, Ryan, or somebody that's fast. Now we got to throw something in the car that we don't know is going to work.
Right.
It's a fucking Hail Mary run. And you should never do that. You should keep creeping forward
I
every
feel,
fucking
though,
round and try and go
That's
faster.
where the testing.
The testing comes in play.
That's why Ryan, just for instance, he stays back that day and tests.
And we don't have, but it's
We
not.
don't have that budget
We don't.
to do
Not
that.
even the budget, but I'm saying we don't have that kind of data. The pro
But-
line and them, nothing against them, but they have numerous cars, so it don't matter. I don't care if it's 74 degrees outside, the track temp is 122 degrees, and the air is at 29. Steve has a tune-up for it.
One of those pro line cars have been there.
Steve has a tune-up for it. I don't care if it's
I-
47 degrees
and that's-
outside.
I don't disagree with that at all.
And that's another thing.
But that's what I'm
too.
saying, Steve.
So-
That's why Ryan, I think, is so good, because that no matter what, he just plugs.
So, but here's the thing too, though. In the aspect, every track, every temperature, every air is different. So you have to race within that day.
For
you
sure.
can't just take a tune-up that you tested on and think it's going to be the same, because it's not. The surface is different, everything's different. So that's why I try to go faster every fucking round. I try to. I'm not going to go out there and run the first 2 rounds, run the same speed if I think I can go faster, because then when I run that 3rd round, I'm behind because I just ran this fucking bullshit run, and I could have run 4 or 5 numbers faster.
A Kai Kelly or a fucking Ryan.
Absolutely.
That round.
And this year is going to be a lot tougher, but there is times, and I've said it too, where other Ryan, Kai, Lizzie, whatever, would pick up, and we picked up wins this year too. But there was times that they were able to pick up wins when it was just more period going down.
We might have only lost. This is where fuckface gonna tell you. We might have lost 2 races being aggressive last year. 2. Name how many you won. Name how many you won. I went out and shook the tires. You lost the race. I did it against Lutz and Brainerd, and then name any more. If we got beat, we just got fucking beat. It wasn't because I fucking stepped on my dick. That's the difference. I'm trying to tell you. Tell me which ones we got over aggressive that you ran a car that we should have beat that car. We didn't beat them. I'll wait. I'm all yours.
Kai in North Carolina.
What car was he running?
He was running his car. We ran him in the semifinals.
Yeah, and he ran a good fucking run, and we played it safe.
We were out a car and a half on him, but she shook the tires out. That's what I'm saying. That's it. But that's not.
But that's the track.
I get it.
No, the track went away. I think we ran the same tune-up the pass before. The track went away.
I'm not mad at you about it. I'm just saying there's just some races.
Here's the best thing you could do for your program is shut the fuck up and drive. That's the best thing you could do. Because I'll tell you, if you ever hired a tuner and you're gonna go back and constantly tell him how to tune your car, you're probably not gonna have that tuner. He's gonna tell you, fuck off, you don't need me. He's gonna say, you tune it. That's what's gonna happen. Right or wrong. But see, I don't care, so it doesn't matter to me. It's his program. Wins race, lose race. If he tells me something, do something, I just do it. I don't give a fuck. If you want to lose, lose. It don't matter to me. It's no skin off my back. Don't cost me a dime. But I just know that anytime I've ever raced, I try to go faster every fucking pass.
We'll have a good year this year.
We'll have a better year if you just shut the fuck up and drive.
We're going to test. We're going to have fun.
Mike's seen it firsthand in Australia. Tell me you did. I deal with it all the fucking time.
Dude, and finally we got him to shut up and just let you tune the car, and we started going.
I deal with
Well, what the fuck happened whenever y'all bitches wanted to decide to throw 50% of fucking fuel in it for fucking $4,000 grudge race? And we went out there. Wow!
Kicked the tires.
Hey, your mom's sleeping, dumbass.
It kicked the tires.
She needs to wake up.
It kicked the tires and learn something. But then you said, put it back like it was, and guess what we did?
No, we went went faster.
We didn't change it.
I put the fucking tune up in there. I knew it needed in the car.
Because
and
that car.
The problem is though, when something happens like that,
car.
now so if you found new power, now all you gotta do as a tuner is figure out how to manage that power. You can't go back to the jump that you were running, because if that's the case, just fucking put it in there and let it stay the same. Just fucking go the same run.
That whole setup in that car was not even designed to do
what we were doing. And it was a band.
We ended up going, what was there, 19 races total?
Yeah.
And we lost 3. So
we ran good
with a hunk of shit that we had.
I mean, you went the last 3 races over there. You went undefeated, except for the one I knocked the tires off, which was the very last race. But
we were scared that it was going to hurt itself because it was making all that pop and shit.
Yeah, I had to fix it.
I did.
And then that last race, dude, that
did look good.
That bitch fucking boom, and it was cooking the track all the way down through there.
So. Anyways, guys, that's gonna end up this video. We just wanted to go over the rules, talk about it a little bit. At the end of the day, I feel like the rules that they came out with, I haven't heard nobody cry, but I think they're pretty fair this year.
Yeah, I think
everybody's gonna have to work on their combos, work on their program.
Have to work hard.
And the people that don't put in the work, they will be left behind. So you're gonna get it don't matter what sport you're in or anything, you're gonna get your select few that's gonna put in more work than others. And it's not because they just have more money and all that. I mean, that plays an avenue in it, but they're willing to put in the work and go out there and do it. So, like I said, I'm going over to Cameron's. We're gonna finish this car up. I gotta go get it wired and then get it wrapped, and then we're gonna start testing. We are officially 2 months away before the first race of Street Outlaw No Prep King Season 6. But we're just gonna see how it goes, and hopefully, like I said, finishing first for Ryan, second for Kai, and me for third 2 years in a row. It's a pretty big uphill battle. Like I expect to finish third or better this year, just like I know they want to as well. But so it's going to be pretty tough. But like Dad said, the combos that are coming out and the guys that we're going to race against, guys and girls, it's going to be a very, very tough racing season. So we got 15 races. It starts in June. We'll see how it goes.